Papa Panov's special Christmas day. It was Christmas Eve and lights had begun to appear in the shops and houses of the little Russian village. Old Papa Panov, the village shoemaker, stepped outside his house to take one last look around, reminded of Christmas times when his wife had been alive and his children little. His usually cheerful face looked sad. He went back inside and set a pot of coffee on the charcoal stove. Then, with a sigh, he settled in his big armchair. Papa Panov did not often read, but tonight he pulled down the old family Bible and read again the Christmas story. How Mary and Joseph journeyed to Bethlehem, but found no room for them at the inn, so that Mary's baby was born in the cowshed. "Oh dear," exclaimed Papa Panov. "If only they had come here, I would have given them my bed and covered the baby with my quilt." He read about the wise men bringing splendid gifts. "I have no gift that I could give him," he thought sadly. Then his face brightened. He got up and from a high shelf he took down a small dusty box. Inside was a perfect pair of tiny leather shoes. Papa Panov smiled. Yes, they were as good as he had remembered. The best shoes he had ever made. I should give him those, he decided, as he gently put them away. He was feeling tired and sat down. He closed his eyes just for a minute. Soon he was fast asleep. As he slept, he dreamed that someone was in his room. He knew at once that person was Jesus. "You've been wishing you could see me, Papa Panov," he said kindly. "Then look for me tomorrow, for I will visit you. But look carefully, for I shall not tell you who I am." When Papa Panov awoke, the bells were ringing. "Bless my soul," said Papa Panov. "It's Christmas Day." His face filled with happiness as he remembered his dream. This would be a very special Christmas after all, because Jesus was coming to visit him. He must watch carefully so that he would recognize him. Papa Panov put on a special pot of coffee and looked out of the window. There was no one except the road sweeper. He looked as miserable and dirty as ever, and well he might. Whoever wanted to work on a cold and freezing Christmas day? Papa Panov opened the door. "Come in," he shouted, "and have some hot coffee to keep out the cold." The sweeper was scarcely able to believe his ears. He put down his broom and came into the warm room. His clothes steamed gently in the heat of the stove, and he clasped both red hands round the comforting warm mug as he drank. Papa Panov watched him with satisfaction, but occasionally his eyes strayed to the window. He must not miss his special visitor. "Expecting someone?" the road sweeper asked. And Papa Panov told him about his dream. "Well, I hope he comes," said the road sweeper. "You've given me some Christmas cheer. You deserve to have your dream come true." And he actually smiled. When he had gone, Papa Panov put on some cabbage soup for his dinner and then went to the door again. Someone was coming. The girl walked slowly, hugging the walls of the shops and houses. She looked very tired. As she neared, he could see she was carrying a baby wrapped in a thin shawl. Papa Panov's heart went out to them. "Won't you come in?" he called. "You both need a warm place by the fire and a rest." He shepherded the young mother indoors to the comfort of the armchair. She gave a huge sigh of relief. "I'll warm some milk for the baby," he said. He took the milk from the stove and carefully fed the baby from a spoon, warming her tiny feet by the stove at the same time. She needs shoes, said the cobbler. But the girl replied, I can't afford shoes. I've no money. I'm on my way to the next village to get work. Papa Panov remembered the little leather shoes. But he'd been keeping those for Jesus. He looked again at the cold feet and made up his mind. Try these on her, he said. The beautiful little shoes were a perfect fit. The girl smiled and the baby gurgled with pleasure. You've been so kind to us, the girl said as she left. May all your Christmas wishes come true. But Papa Panov was beginning to wonder if his special Christmas wish would come true. He looked anxiously up and down the street. There were plenty of people, neighbours wishing him happy Christmas, and there were beggars. Papa Panov hurried indoors to fetch them hot soup and a hunk of bread. At last he walked slowly back into his room and sat down wearily in his armchair. So it had been just a dream. Then all at once he knew he was no longer alone. He saw the old road sweeper, the young mother and the beggars he had fed. As they passed, each whispered, Didn't you see me, Papa Panov? Who are you? He called, bewildered. Then the voice from his dream answered him. I was hungry and you fed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was cold and you warmed me. I came to you today in every one of those you helped and welcomed. Then all was quiet and still. Peace and happiness seemed to fill the room. So he did come after all, was all that he said.